What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about XRP today. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. Here we are, up 8.8% on the day. $2.48, $2.49 right now, with a high of $2.59. Not a bad move, man. Not a bad move. Not enough to absolve you of going lower, but still, maybe you do go a little bit higher. Let's see, from a low to a high here. No, you did. You basically found resistance just below your golden ratio. You probably do come back down. You could go higher. Obviously, I mean, it could happen. You know, maybe go to 262, 275. But if you were to go higher, that'd be like the most that I could see happening. If you want to validate this low as the low and not go lower, I would need to see first a day to close above 262 and a half. So let's just say 263. Close above there on a daily basis. And then really, I think what would be nice would be a close above this daily high close here at about 276 until 262. You close above there, that might get me cautiously optimistic for XRP, but you have to close a day above there. Don't just get above there, close above there, right? If you do close a day above 275, 276, I would start to turn bullish. I would think that you're breaking out of this downtrend. This low might be the low, and sure, you might come up here and then come back down and find a higher low or something like that. You don't just have to close up here and then never close below it again. But it would help validate the notion that this is the low, right? Until then, we are very much expecting, I am very much expecting that we still see prices that are down around $2.02 to $1.81, somewhere between the 236 and the 069 right here, right? And also that would be an overall drop of something that's like at the most 27%, which I have a hard time seeing XRP dropping that much. 18% drop. If Bitcoin drops about 14% or 16%, I could see XRP dropping 18% or even more, right? It's very possible, and I am, even now, I'm still pretty optimistic that this is the low. It's just we don't have validation until we do what we were talking about there a second ago. Bitcoin, I made a recent video on Bitcoin talking about how I'm expecting it to move up now to about 87 to 89K, somewhere in that range. And what helped provide that thought was closing above this 4-hour high here. And yes, we have moved down a little bit. We're down about 0.69%, a little bit more than that now. But 84.1K, you know, this kind of look, it could invalidate that notion that we go up higher. But I think to invalidate the notion we go higher, if Bitcoin were to be faking us out right here, and it might be faking us out. It's possible it could be faking us out from a low to a high. I'd want to see a 4-hour close below. If Bitcoin closes below $83,145, it closes below that 236 on a 4-hour basis, we would then flip bearish again. No longer would the notion of going to 87 to 89K be on the table anymore. Okay, so just to make that clear. But I do, as of now, I remain in my newfound bullish posture, right? If we're looking at XRP here and XRP, and we are at $2.50. If Bitcoin's moving up a little bit, I would assume XRP does too. I'm assuming that from this price here to 88K, 4.5%, 6.6%, 4.5, 6.6. So if Bitcoin moves up just a little bit, what would XRP do? Maybe it moves up about the same, maybe moves up a little bit more. Yeah, you could move up. I could see XRP maybe moving up to 275, but again, closing above 275, 276, that's what we need to see. Not just a wick up there, right? Don't just move up there and then close back down. And really 2 days. We want 2 days in a row to close up there. We don't just 1 day to close up there. You know, here you've got this price here. You did close above this area for 1 day, but then the next day you came back down. If we see something like that, likely we will see lower lows. So just prepare yourselves for that. We need 2 days in a row to close above 276. That's the target area. Let's look at the daily RSI real quick. It's looking pretty good. Looking like you're postured in a way to break out of this downtrend, which is interesting. You're not technically out of the downtrend yet. You still have a little bit of work to do, but in culmination with closing above this area, I think that you would actually be breaking above that zone there. 4-hour time frame. Getting overbought. You don't want to close below. You want to pull up a little bit. It's okay if this 4-hour closes a little bit red, but you want to pull up a little bit. Close at like 252, and that would validate the notion that we are going to see prices above like 263, maybe even up to like 274, something like that, 275. And that's kind of the expectation right now. As long as Bitcoin is in this bullish posturing, and I think it is, as long as it's staying above 83.1K, essentially, then I think XRP is clear for more price action to the upside, right? I do think that that's going to happen. I just don't think you're going to take out this high. I don't I do feel like you're going to take out this high, but I don't know if we're ready to move up to that next phase yet. The 1 hour RSI looks phenomenal. I don't know why it won't let me pull it up. Phenomenal. This is right where you want to find support too. So closing here around here is fine. But again, you want it for the 4 hour time frame. You'd want to close like basically where you are now, if not a little bit higher. Okay, 15-minute time frame. Awesome. Yeah, you're moving. I don't think that you're done moving up here. I don't think this is your momentary top. Again, unless Bitcoin decides to take the whole market with it, and it could at any moment, that could happen. But I do assume we're going to move up a little bit more with Bitcoin. I think XRP gets a little bit more of a pop on this as well. With all this volume that came in, I'm assuming that this next pop, you'll probably see less volume than here. So you'll be moving up higher with less volume. You probably provide some bearish divergence, stuff like that. And then from there, we'll probably regress back down to that $2 area, right? $2.10, $1.81, likely closer to $2 than anything, right? That's kind of the expectation. And you can absolve yourself of that low if you close above 276 on a daily basis, 2 days in a row. That's the requirement, right? It would start to look good. It would look optimistic to a certain degree if you do close above 263. But I think 276 is really the area that we should watch for, just based on a price aspect alone and the fib aspects as well. Looking at the weekly time frame here, bouncing off the 50, bro. Good job. If and yeah, continuing it with this week here. This is what you want to see, right? This is good stuff here. This is a very good posturing in your weekly RSI overall. Very, very beautiful posturing in your weekly RSI. I want to look at this here on a longer term chart. Yeah. I mean, let's see, just last time here, whenever you bounced off your 50, that didn't promote crazy growth, but you did have a week where you moved up 60%, and this was during a lot less of a certain time. XRP was kind of boring back here, right? We're in a lot more exciting times now. I think that this overall, maybe not over the coming days and maybe not over the coming weeks, but over the coming months, by the end of May, if not sometime early in June, it's completely possible that we will, and I would even say likely, not just possible, that we will see an extension of this move here, something that is very comparable in price to that, right? And keep your eyes on the target, keep your mind focused, okay? Don't let the short-term noise blind you and make you emotional, right? It is completely fine if XRP moves up to 276 and then comes back down. It's completely fine if it does that, okay? It's nothing to worry about. But if you right now are looking at this and saying, haha, we're going up, we're going to break out, we're going to new all-time highs right now, and then that happens, you're setting yourself up for failure because you might panic sell, you might feel emotions down there, and hopefully you aren't, hopefully you won't. I feel like the XRP community, you guys have been tempered more so than the average crypto component out there, but emotions still run high no matter who you are, right? Especially if you're expecting things to go one way and then the opposite happens. So until we break out of this consolidation phase, until we're above like 276, I wouldn't get too excited, okay? Any move up right now is just noise. Any move down is just noise. You're just going to consolidate until you're ready to break out. And I think that maybe by the end of this month we'll be breaking out, if not sometime in April. Whenever it does come time to breaking out, you guys, you know the drill. You know the drill, right? We're going to go to $1.87 at a minimum. That's from this prior cycle high to the cycle low, this consolidation phase that you've been in for multiple cycles. That's that cycle high to low there. You will go to the minimum target, which is at 837, and I think you will go through that even, because if we see a move that's comparable to this, and I would only assume that we see a move that is comparable, if not larger than this. Let's assume that we start not at the low, because I didn't measure from the low, I measured from the beginning of this move. Let's assume this move started at the bottom of last week. Your minimum move is laughable. 837, that's laughable. Now this would be the measure move, I suppose, but that doesn't mean that it has to be there, right? We can find support or resistance just below. We can find resistance just above, but right there at about 1145, I'm anticipating that this move is of a similar magnitude, if not even a greater magnitude. I don't know how many people are calling for this. I don't really watch too many other YouTubers. I watch some, but a lot of them, like they talk about Bitcoin. Or I like to watch. I'm a chart guy. I like to watch media guys just to keep up with the times and the news and stuff like that. What everybody's talking about. I like Crypto Lark for that reason. I like I even like Crypto Banter. I don't know. I don't know Crypto Banter as a person or anything. I don't know if I would like him as a person, but I don't know if I would dislike him as a person. But I think their show has actually picked up a lot in value. I think Crypto Banter, something's going on. I don't know if Ran got a better education, if he started learning things like the proper way, or if he's got someone in his ear. I'm theorizing he's got someone in his ear who's helping him out with some information, because he's got some good information lately, man. But Crypto Banter is a good one. I like Ivan on Tech. Also, Ivan on Tech should really probably be at the top of that list. Kevin Svensson is good, but he's another chart guy like me. So I'm throwing out people out there that talk about the news really. I don't really pay attention too much to XRP people specifically, but if people do talk about XRP, that's cool. I know that the SEC lawsuit is about to get completely taken care of, is what it sounds like, right? This whole thing's about to get, I don't know, dropped or just put behind us, and that would be very bullish for XRP as well. I would assume that once that happens, and somebody said it in the comments, I'd give you a shout out if I wrote your name down. I didn't though. But I've also said this before. I think XRP, this SEC lawsuit, it is a big deal for crypto because XRP, make no mistake, they're the first crypto to go up against the SEC and not lose, and that's a big deal. And for them to go up against the SEC, and then also for this lawsuit to be dropped, for this case to be dropped, or at least put behind, it's not just beneficial for XRP, it's beneficial for the whole market, right? Yesterday I was saying XRP is a ecosystem indicator in the crypto space. What's good for XRP by default is basically great for the rest of crypto as well. So this case, it's a win for everybody, right? Everybody, I want to be very clear, right? In case there's any haters of XRP out there, which I'm sure there's not that many these days. XRP, as you guys all know, I used to not like XRP. I laughed at it too back in the day, right? Up until they got sued by the SEC. Up until that lawsuit happened against the SEC and they decided to fight back. I think I'm not different. I think I'm just like the rest of crypto, the crypto investors and speculators whenever I say every single person at that point got on board with XRP. It didn't matter what crypto was your favorite. It didn't matter what crypto you hated. You might have hated XRP or thought it was a joke or a scam and it was going to zero. But as soon as they fought back against the SEC, everybody was like, you go get them. Like everybody's pro XRP now. So I'm just saying what's good for XRP is good for crypto, right? It is a rather historical coin. And if you don't understand that, I don't know how to explain it. Look up the history of it, man. It doesn't matter if XRP is relevant in 50 years from now or something better overtakes it, or maybe it is relevant in 50 years. I don't know. Nobody knows the future. It doesn't matter though. It will always, I think, always have a historical mark in crypto. And this SEC lawsuit case is a big deal. And it being put to bed is a big deal, not just for XRP, but for the rest of crypto as well. And that, it wouldn't surprise me if when you get this good news that maybe the price drops, right? Like we pump a little bit in anticipation of that good news and then the price drops afterwards. And then after that drop, we finally begin to run and rally. I don't know, man. And I actually don't even know when is, let's see. When is the SEC lawsuit versus XRP getting dropped? Or getting put to bed. Maybe it's not getting dropped, but no definitive date. Yes, still active. Yeah. Here's the current status. Speculation. Without the SEC decision, abandon the appeal. But it stands the case is very much alive. Yeah, okay, well, I don't know. There's more. Can you speculate based on the X.com chatter? What are the rumors, buddy? Hit me with the rumors. Might drop the case soon. Suggests belief that the recent SEC actions like dropping cases against Kraken and Coinbase could signal a broader yes. Others point to Ripple's April 16th. Okay, so April 16th. This is it. Okay, yes. Okay, cool. I think so. That makes sense, right? But that would also make sense because Trump's tariffs are going to come out on the 2nd. We might have a little bit of a bullish notion across the space, not just for XRP, but XRP specifically too, and probably XLM and HBAR by extension in coins like that, right? But April 2nd, around then we probably dump. April 16th, around then we probably pump, and then maybe we sell the news, and then afterwards we begin to build. So I really do think April's going to be the month, guys. I think it's going to be a good month. April will be the month that we break out. We could start breaking out by the end of this month, but again, we'd have to see prices above $2.76 to do that, right? On a multi-day closing period. Not just one day, but 2 days would be ideal. And then from then on, we can talk about 837, which to me is laughable. I don't think we're going to stop at 837, man. I think that we will hit $11 or more. I'm growing ever more confident every single day that this is where we're going to go. And it surprises me how I just don't hear that. I feel like, and I don't listen to everything, but whenever I talk about XRP, or whenever I hear people talk about XRP, people are like, we'll go to $4, $6, right? Stuff like that. But people are talking about $10 being an end of cycle thing. I'm talking about this being the next move. The end of cycle, you've got a lot higher prospects to go, but that's a topic for another time. This video has gone on longer than I intended it to. So I'm going to end it there. I hope you guys are having fun. I hope you're enjoying this little green day. The predictions right now, in case it's not clear, let's just summarize this real quick. The prediction right now is you're at 250. You'll probably move up about 10% at the most from here, which 10% from here, you know, I think if Bitcoin's moving up 4 to 6%, you can move up about 10%. That puts you at about 275. But again, going to 275 is not the same thing as closing above 275. You're still in the downtrend, okay? And you probably either 275 or maybe like 265, somewhere in that area is where I think you're going to go. Then we probably see one last move down to around $2.10, $1.81, likely somewhere very close to $2 itself. I'm under the impression XRP does hold this low, and it does hold this low. But even in your worst nightmares, if something crazy were to happen and it goes lower, XRP is fine. It's still consolidating in this range overall, and you still, all those upside targets are still there. Unless XRP literally drops, it would have to drop, as crazy as it is, it'd have to drop below 90 cents for me to be bearish on XRP. You could drop all the way to 90 cents, but I just don't see that happening, man. 63% for this thing, what, the whole crypto market's going to crash that much? It could happen. It could happen, but I don't know. Anyways, that's all I got. And then also, of course, keep this in mind as well. There's a lot going on. I know there is, but if you can keep up, you'll be in a better position, right? If we aren't to move higher, I would attribute that to Bitcoin, right? Playing a little psychology game here. If we do close a 4-hour basis below $83,100 on Bitcoin, if we close any 4-hour period or a daily period below there, likely the upside targets we have for XRP are off the table. This is the high, and we're moving down to those targets that we're presumed to go to anyways. Okay, so that the only thing that would change is we're not moving up a little bit more. That's it. Okay, so I got nothing else for you guys. I hope it's clear. I hope the message is understandable. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care.